Good evening, YouTube viewers and subscribers. Today I've got another box in front of me, and because of the way when I opened this box up I saw things packaged, I thought it was worth sharing and documenting anyway. Now, I did kind of take these contents out, but I tried to put them back in the way they were. So without further ado, let me go on and just start unboxing this. So the first thing I came upon when I opened this box up was this, which those of you in the know that that's a Saito gasket, timing case gasket. Why this would be included is somewhat beyond me, because clearly it can't be used. It's torn, so that's, in my opinion, sort of silly. But so I just wanted to show you that this engine, which obviously this is, came to me and I bought it in parts. Well, let me rephrase that. The ad showed the engine in parts, and that is how I purchased it. So, now that all these parts are out, let's see what we've got here. First thing we've got is a carb that's tight, but let me zoom in just a hair here. Based on the way this body looks, this throttle arm body, it looks to be a pretty old carb. It does have a throttle stop screw. Interesting. Let's open this part up here. What we've got here is the crankcase. Obviously now you can tell this is a Saito Gold Knight edition engine. This is the crankcase, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on there or not. Let me try and zoom in real close. See if you can read that. FA80. Yes, that is what this is. This is a disassembled Saito FA80. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to check to make sure that all the parts required to make this engine whole again are here. Now, the picture in the ad was pretty decent, but I did notice one or two things that weren't there. So this is the, I don't know if you call it the unboxing or just the unwrapping. Let me just get these parts unwrapped, and then we'll take a closer look at them and see if I made a purchase that I'm actually going to be able to turn into a running engine. Okay, so here we go. Backplate with a gasket that's still intact. Something's flaking off there, I don't know what that is. Backplate doesn't appear like it's got a whole lot of runtime on it. Now, this exhaust dates this engine considerably, because if this is the stock exhaust that came with this engine, that dates this engine back to probably late 80s. Basically about the time the FA80 Gold Knight came out. Because this is still an old style like they used to put on the 50s and 65s and obviously the 80s. Real old. Now it feels like it's heavily carboned up. So this is going to be yet another really good example of my ultrasonic cleaner in action. Here is the timing gear in case. It turns, gummed up. Looks like it has both of the old style Teflon spacers there, so that's complete. It does appear that there are cam followers in there, so that's a good thing. So it's a little tight, no big deal. Okay, so here is our piston. Teflon wrist pin retainers are there. Piston looks like it's in pretty decent shape. The ring is not compressed. Where's the opening? Where's the gap? I say it's not compressed. Okay, there's our ring gap. Judging by the amount of carbon on this, I'd say it's got a few gallons through it, maybe. Maybe a gallon. That's my guess. Let's look at the head. Exhaust threads look okay. Let's just kind of quickly see if... Okay, it feels like it's going to want to screw in there. We have valve springs. No glow plug, no big deal. Let's look down in here. Let me get my flashlight, see if this helps at all. I'm looking too, that's why I've got it aimed at me. This doesn't look too bad. Actually, it looks like it's pretty salvageable. Here's some screws. These are probably the least of my concern. Finally, I'm going to open this bag up. I don't really know a better way to get duct tape off other than cut that. This bag is going to have some really key components, or at least I hope it does. Really? Damn. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got in here. Intake manifold that's damaged. It's got a ding in it. It's not punctured. It's intact. It will work. It will never look great, but it'll work. Some O-ring. I'm sure I can replace O-rings. Not sure what the hell that is. If that's supposed to be that, it's obviously not really a part of this engine. And we're missing pushrod tube. No, I'm sorry. We got two pushrod tubes. One damaged. This one's bent. So pushrod tubes have seen better days, don't have all the rubber for them. Here's our valve covers. They look like crap. Gold plating doesn't look like it's coming off, it looks like it's just carboned up, so maybe they'll be salvageable and still look gold. Choke mechanism. Let's check these push rods. Let's check these push rods where you can see them. They're not bent. So, all in all, it appears that I have all the things necessary to make an engine. Sure, there's a couple things missing. Rubber pieces. Well, this rubber piece is there. Not sure if I'll be able to find a new intake manifold. Not sure if I really care because, like I said, this one's still functional. Pushrod tubes, probably functional, but being bent like that, I'm probably going to end up having to replace those. Other than that, it looks like it's a clean job. So, my plans for this engine are as follows. Since it's already in this state, obviously it's going to get completely disassembled even more. Valves, all this stuff out. It's going to get cleaned. And I'm seriously considering doing another one of these things where I strip the paint off of this engine. And depending on what the case looks like after it's been stripped, I may just decide to repaint this engine again. Now, if I do decide to do that, I assure you I won't be painting it black. I'll probably be painting it red or blue, just because it'll be different. So anyway, that's a look inside the box that arrived today, and the contents of the box. Don't know when or how long this is going to take. Obviously, it wouldn't take me long to throw this thing together, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it as of yet. But that's a project that I get to look forward to. Thank you for watching.